I felt my throat close, tight as a noose, while she smirked across the table, lifting her fork like it was a weapon. Her words were casual, almost joking. "I put peanuts in your dinner. You're just faking it, aren't you?" My vision blurred. My hands trembled, but not from fear, from precision. I dialed 911 with one finger, barely audible. "Call 911. She froze, disbelief flickering across her face. I handed the EMTs the plate, a small, calculated act that would mark the beginning of her unraveling. Back then, love was a different language. I remember the first time we met, sunlight through the cafe window, her laugh spilling over the clatter of coffee cups. She made me feel alive, like someone had finally read the pages of me no one else dared to open. I believed in us. I believed in her. The first crack came slowly, a subtle eye roll when I mentioned my allergy, a joke too sharp to be innocent. I ignored it. I wanted to believe, but then the texts started. "You're overreacting. It's not serious, you just like attention." Sent when I was already waiting for her at the dinner table. Patterns formed, as delicate as spiderwebs, but just as deadly. I caught her one night, laughing at a message she thought I wouldn't see. My heart didn't race. It cataloged. Evidence. I watched her carefully, each slip, each lie, like a surgeon observing a patient. I didn't confront. I collected. Every denial, every manipulative smile, every dismissal became ammunition. I realized vengeance isn't rage, it's calculation. It's the silence of a storm waiting to strike. I started planning, not with chaos, but with patience, with the cold clarity of inevitability. I researched, I documented, I ensured that if I acted, the world would side with truth, not rumor. I planted seeds quietly, conversations recorded, threats hinted at, friends subtly informed. She boasted publicly of how clever she was, an arrogance I filed away. It was the kind that blinds a predator. And then the night came. Dinner at her favorite restaurant. She laughed as she sprinkled peanuts into my dish, watching me with the ease of someone who thought themselves untouchable. I smiled back, not with fear, not with apology, but with the patience of a predator. I felt my throat swell, a burning heat. My eyes watered, vision narrowing, and I acted. One hand reached for my phone, texting the words that would turn her world upside down. "Call 911. When the EMTs arrived, calm efficiency in uniforms, she realized her miscalculation. I handed them the plate. Not with accusation, not with fury, with evidence. The room shifted. The other diners didn't notice yet, but I did. Every second ticked toward her collapse. Police arrived. I followed protocol flawlessly, reporting assault with a deadly weapon. My voice was steady, clinical. Truth doesn't need embellishment. The waiting room felt unreal. Her eyes met mine, wide and uncomprehending. The smirk was gone, replaced with panic, then disbelief. "You'll never get away with this," she whispered. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Her arrest was imminent. Every step she had taken to manipulate, belittle, and endanger me had led her here, and she could see it in real time. I had rehearsed this moment mentally 1,000 times, but it was different seeing it unfold. Justice, slow and deliberate, is a beauty few understand. Watching her led away in handcuffs, her social mask shattered, I felt a calm I hadn't expected. Not triumph, not gloating, relief, empowerment. Flashbacks rushed, years of laughter now tangled with lies. The late-night whispers, the false reassurances, the times she feigned concern while plotting my humiliation. I allowed myself a brief shiver of sorrow, for the love that had been real, however fleeting. But it was fleeting. The storm had passed. I had won. I left the ER, quiet, unnoticed. The world outside moved on, indifferent, but I carried a different kind of weight, freedom. I had turned her weapons against her, not recklessly, but with intelligence and timing. Every file submitted, every witness statement, every text was a calculated chess move, and checkmate had arrived. Back in my apartment, I looked at my reflection. Calm, steady, scarred, yes, but unbroken. I realized revenge isn't just about punishment. It's about reclaiming the narrative, rewriting the story the betrayer thought they authored. And now her laughter was gone, her manipulation silenced. The person who once dismissed me as picky would remember, forever, that underestimating me was a fatal mistake. I exhaled. My throat still ached from the swelling, my heart still heavy with memory, but I smiled. Not for her, not for the world, for me. I had survived the betrayal. I had survived her. And I had orchestrated her downfall with the precision of someone who understood that justice, when calculated, tastes like quiet victory. The lesson lingered. Trust is fragile. Arrogance is fatal. And patience, silent patience, is the death.